Should people still masturbate when they get in relationships? Let's talk about it today on the Prude's Guide to Intimacy.
Yeah.
What's up, people? Welcome back.
Do it through a text message. You can do it through an email. And
what is consent even? Ready to go. Okay. Welcome back to the Prude's Guide to Intimacy. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Amanda. So for the past 2 weeks, we have been talking about masturbation. So we talked about it as a form of self-care. We've talked about the myths around masturbation and the reasons why people probably don't do it. But today we're going to talk about masturbation and its place, and if it has a place in relationships. So a lot of people don't feel like masturbation has a place in relationships, mainly because you have a sexual partner. But say if you aren't sexually active, masturbation is a way to relieve stress, as we talked about in the first video. And masturbation is not a substitute for actual sexual intercourse. It's the safest form of sex, don't get me wrong, but it's not a substitute for the real thing and the intimate part and closeness of sexual intercourse. So many people think that if somebody is in a relationship with somebody else and they continue to masturbate or self-pleasure on their own, that they aren't having a satisfied, they don't have a satisfying relationship, sexual relationship. But that's further from the truth. As we've talked about already, it's a great form of self-care. It's a great way to relieve period cramps, pain related to menstrual cramps. Forgive me for that blunder. It's also a way to reduce your stress level. And it's just a great way to spend quality time with yourself and find out and explore new ways that you enjoy to be pleasure. So people who actually masturbate in relationships, they have a more fulfilling sex life than those who do not. So those who don't masturbate and they are in relationships, or they just don't masturbate at all, they actually have very closed off views about sex, and they aren't as sexually open or sexually versed. Sex. So as we talked about before, masturbation is a great way to get to know yourself sexually. And that way you'll be able to know what to tell your current or future partners what you like sexually in or outside of the bedroom. So before I leave, I want to talk to you really quick about mutual masturbation. So mutual masturbation is basically when two partners, or 3 or 4, depending on what type of relationship that you are in, actually masturbate together. So that could be a partner sexually stimulating themselves or being sexually stimulated by their partner. And all it is it's not sexual intercourse, so there's no intercourse going on, but there's a lot of sexual stimulation going on. And it's just a great way to start foreplay. So if you don't know what foreplay is basically what happens before sex. So the build up, basically. So y'all be turning on those little playlists, y'all be lighting candles and all those different things. That's a part of foreplay too. So mutual masturbation is that part that leads up to actual sexual intercourse, or it may not lead up to actual sexual intercourse at all. You and your partner may just leave it there. Talk about vulnerability, because that's, a lot. You gotta be real comfortable with yourself for that to happen. And it can be just another form of building intimacy. As we talked about before, intimacy involves vulnerability, and mutual masturbation involves a lot of vulnerability if you really think about it. So if you have any more questions about continuing your self-pleasure while in your relationship, drop a comment below, send me a message, and we can talk about it if you need help navigating that in your relationship. So that's all I have for you today on the Prude's Guide to Intimacy. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and share this video with at least one other person, and I'll see you next time.